Happy birthday to you.
All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
Wade Wilson?
Who's asking?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Mr. Wilson, you appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious. Who are you? Why am I here?
Walk with me. Wade, you are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei. Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus. God, please! Oh my fuck! God, I love this part. Wait! Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Sean Levy, the director of Deadpool and Wolverine.
네, 안녕하세요. 오늘 숀 레비 감독님과 인터뷰를 하러 온 이번에 베테랑 2를 개봉하게 된 유성입니다.
Congratulations, because I know you were at Cannes Film Festival this summer.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. I have never been to Cannes, so congratulations. That's great.
근데 저는 한 번도 데드풀을 만들어 본 적이 없으니까 훨씬 더. 그 예고편을 보고 처음에 극장에서 예고편을 보는 순간 너무 흥분했어요. 그리고 그 감독이 제가 너무 좋아하는 리얼스틸의 숀 레비라는 그 크레딧을 보는 순간 굉장히 흥분한 기억이 있어요.
I love you. Oh, man. Thank you. Real Steel is when I met Hugh Jackman, 2010. And I had done a lot of comedies, and Real Steel was my first chance to do a different tone. Mm-hmm. And that was the beginning of my hunger to make different kinds of movies. And now I get to make a movie so different from anything I've made, which, as you know, as a filmmaker, that's a dream come true.
저는 액션 영화를 만드는 감독인데 리얼스틸을 보고 어떻게 저렇게 로봇도 저렇게 액션을 잘하는데 저랑 같이 일하는 액션팀한테 사람이 로봇보다는 잘해야 되는 거 아니냐 그러고 우리 액션팀들을 괴롭혔던 기억이 나요. 그러니까 더 중요한 것은 그 영화에서 인상적이었던 것은 그 다음에 프리가이도 마찬가지인데 숀 레비 감독이 연출하는 그 인간이 아닌 것들, 박물관이 살아있다의 그 뭐 공룡이나 거기 나오는 일종의 사물 같은 것들이 인간보다 훨씬 더 뛰어난 감정을 묘사하는 것이 저는 그 감독님의 능력이 대단하다고 생각했어요. 그런 것들 보면서.
I really appreciate that. I think directing action, as you know, is fun. But for an action sequence to be exceptional, the choreography needs to be dynamic, but the audience needs to care about the outcome. And to care about the outcome, you need to care about the characters. Dinosaur, robot, superhero. We need the audience to connect with the people who are doing the action. And that was the big challenge of this movie, and it's one of my great prides about this movie, is the way we built a story for the audience to connect with heroes.
제가 이런 지점에서 좀 궁금한 것이 쇼 감독님이 연출하는 영화의 그 주인공들은 대부분 되게 좀 뭔가 결핍이 있거나 불완전한 인물들인데, 근데 영화의 소재는 보면 뭔가 이렇게 스타일이 딱 정해져 있는 상태에서 진행이 되어야만 하는 특수효과가 많고, 플롯의 구조도 딱 짜여져 있고, 근데 인물들을 표현하는 방식을 보면 되게 좀 뭔가 자유로운 느낌이 있어요. 영화의 틀은 블록버스터의 틀인데 인물들을 접근하는 방식은 약간 인디펜던트 방식의 느낌이거든요. 그 밸런스를 어떻게 맞추는지 궁금해요.
First of all, I cannot wait for you to see the whole movie very soon. What you just articulated was our goal, which is, yes, blockbuster movie, superheroes, iconic. But it's not just Wolverine and Deadpool, it's Logan, it's Wade Wilson. And both characters are haunted with regret and with trauma. And they go on a journey together that starts off with conflict, but ends with healing and ends with the connection of friendship. And it was very, very exciting to do epic scale with intimate storytelling.
그런 지점에서 그 개인뿐만이 아니라 그 부자 관계가 되게 중요하게 등장을 하는데, 영화 속에서. 그럼 이 데드풀과 울버린에서도 그런 식으로 어떤 그동안의 기존의 애덤 프로젝트나 리얼스틸 같은 데서 나온 이런 부자 관계만큼 중요한 릴레이션십이 등장하는 어떤 설정이 있는지.
I don't want to take too much time with this, but do you know that the first director to tell me that my movies had a father-son connection was Darren Aronofsky. After Real Steel, Aronofsky came up to me at a party and he said, "You're obviously exploring your issues with your father because it is a theme I go back to a lot, starting with Night at the Museum and many others." This movie doesn't have a father-son dynamic, but it has a brotherhood. And like many sibling relationships, there is conflict and there is resentment and there is misunderstanding. But really, at the basic level, there's a desire to be seen, a desire to be understood. And when someone sees you, you can heal. And for two characters as damaged as Wade and Logan, the journey of the movie is a journey towards character healing with a lot of fun and action along the way.
감독으로서 궁금한 게 진짜 많은데, 저는 로건을 되게 좋아하는 사람이에요. 근데 로건 같이 완벽한 마무리를 짓고 난 다음에 울버린을 복귀시킨다는 이 프로젝트를 제안받으셨을 때 부담은 없으셨는데, 저 같으면 너무 부담스러워서 어디 아프다고 했을 것 같은데.
Oh yeah, Logan is a masterpiece. So for me, that was a starting point. Logan is a masterpiece. Deadpool reinvented the genre. Okay, I have tremendous respect for those films. So I wasn't going to try and change Logan. I wasn't going to try and do another version of the James Mangold film. And the MCU has something very useful, the idea of the multiverse. And the multiverse was a concept that unlocked story possibilities. So Logan happened. Logan is over here. That movie is perfect. Our movie explores another Wolverine. And we acknowledge the legacy of Logan, I have respect for that legacy as a filmmaker, and in the movie, there is respect for the legacy of the Wolverine. So I took my feelings, sorry for the long answer, I took my feelings of respect for Logan, and I integrated that respect into the movie through Wade Wilson.
그런데 아무리 그렇다고 하더라도 그 캐릭터가 가지고 있는 기본 성격이 너무 강하게 다르잖아요. 두 캐릭터가. 그러니까 이를테면 흑백 시절로 치자면 제 생각에는 이것은 마치 버스터 키튼과 제임스 캐거니가 한 영화에 나오는 것 같은 스타일의 충돌인데 대체 그러면 균형을 어떻게 잡을 것인가? 울버린과 데드풀이라는 이 너무 다른 개성을 가진 성격을 어떻게 잡을 것인가? 그것을 어떻게 계획해가고 만드셨는지 궁금해요.
You don't try to balance, you embrace the genre. The genre is Odd Couple. The genre is Midnight Run, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Shrek and Donkey. It's a genre of two characters, completely different, forced together, and that is a recipe for comedy, a recipe for conflict, and eventually a recipe for a surprising friendship.
그것은 아마 그 감독님이 또 배우 출신이라 그런 것에 대한 저 감정적인 이해나 이런 균형 맞추는 게 또 장점이 있지 않을까 싶은데 그런 것에 대해서도 좀 궁금해요. 그러니까 배우 출신 감독으로서 이런 장르 영화를 만드는 것이 어떤 면이 유리한 점으로 작용하는지.
You're also an actor and a performer.
근데 저는 그 실패한 배우고.
I'm a failed actor. We're both failed actors. No, seriously.
I hate to stop.
No, I am a completely failed actor. I love you now. No, seriously, because what you know is this. I was okay, but I wasn't great. But in my heart, I started off an actor. I'm always an actor. If you start an actor, inside, you're always an actor. So I'm not good, like, I love talking to you. Those cameras are okay. But what I love is being behind the camera when I'm making a movie. But I understand actors. And so I'm able to communicate in an emotional language because I know that language. It was the first language I spoke in this business. So I'm now grateful for my failure.
아니 그럼 현장에서 그 디렉션을 줄 때 시연도 많이 하시는 편인지 본인이 직접 연기 시범을 많이 보이시는 편인지.
Well, I don't know about you, but for me, one thing is fascinating about the job is the way I direct a performer is constantly changing. So for instance, with Ryan, we'll be rolling, I don't cut. So we're rolling, and I might say, try saying that. Or I might say, Ryan. And I'll just give him a little, and he knows, okay, let's do the same line, smaller, quieter. So with Ryan, we flow. We flow during the take. With an actor like Mark Ruffalo from Adam Project, Mark likes to think about the note. So I cut, I go, I talk quietly. It's much more of a intimate way of directing. And I enjoy that the technique of directing is constantly changing based on what is the most effective strategy for each different actor.
그 좀 가벼운 질문을 해보자면 제 데드풀 볼 때마다 진짜 궁금한 건데 라이언 레이놀즈는 가면 쓸 때도 다 연기를 직접 하는 건가요?
Is this a question about the mask? Yes, because go ahead, what's the question? Because I was hoping to talk about this. I need people to really watch the movie and think about this. Ryan is so funny, he's so smart, he's so fast. People don't take the time to admire what he does as Deadpool. When you take away the face, you only have two weapons. You have your voice and you have your physicality. And Ryan as Deadpool is so specific with every gesture of his body, with the way he crosses his legs, with the way he does all those famous physical gestures, and his vocal control, the tempo, the rhythm, the up and the down. He has an instinct for detail that has nothing to do with the face. And there are not many actors who can hold the center of a whole movie with no face to act with. And even when he's Wade, not Ryan's face, prosthetics. So Ryan as this character is genius because he's doing these performances with no facial nuance, only the body and the voice. And I think it's exceptional work.
그러면 그 녹음 문제가 궁금한데 마스크를 쓰고 이렇게 대사를 하게 되면 그 마이크의 소리가 동시 사운드에서는 잘 정확하게 안 들어오게 되는데 그럼 그걸 후시를 하는 건가요? 아니면 동시로 다 그걸 건지는 건가요?
Great question. We built a microphone into the inside of the mask. So Ryan puts on the suit, and then when we film, he pulls on the mask, tucks it in the neck, and inside the mask is a tiny microphone with a wire that goes from here and then down into his battery pack in his belt. And so the dialogue is recorded on set, and it has a clean recording quality. That's how we do it.
그 녹음 기사 좀 소개해 주세요.
So get this. It's Ryan's third Deadpool movie. And on the first two movies, they never did that. So when we filmed this movie, it was in London, in England. And the sound recordist said, I have an idea. I want to invent this wiring in the mask. Wow. And Ryan couldn't believe how it changed everything because suddenly the audio recorded in production is perfect for the final film.
그렇게 최첨단의 그런 그 테크닉을 사용하는 현장에서 저는 블루매트 촬영을 되게 힘들어하는 감독인데 감독님 영화는 항상 그런 특수효과와 CGI들을 많이 활용을 하시잖아요. 그럴 때 좀 혼란스러운 것은 없는지.
Since you know Real Steel, this is a really a defining moment for me. On Real Steel, my producer was Steven Spielberg. And before we ever started filming, Steven said to me, build the robots. And I said, what do you mean, build the robots? And Steven said, on Jurassic Park, we built the feet. We built some faces. Having something real on set gives better performances for the actors. The actors have something real to interact with. And when you get to post-production and you're doing visual effects, you can always compare the digital with the real. So it keeps you honest and it keeps a reference for reality that is very helpful. So ever since Real Steel, as much as possible, yes, I do big movies with CGI. I always do as much as I can on set, practical. And so one reason on the internet you saw these costumes from paparazzi is we made a decision, Ryan and I produced this movie with Kevin Feige, and we said, we're not going to be another Marvel movie that films on a green screen stage. We're going to go into the world, and we're going to build practical sets outside in the world. So the movie has a photo-natural authenticity, and we knew that paparazzi would get pictures, but we also knew it would make the movie better because we want this movie to feel real, not digital. But can I add one thing? Because for maybe directors who are listening to this conversation, aspiring directors, when they offered me Night at the Museum, I said no 25 times because I was terrified of visual effects. I didn't understand it. It felt like another language. The director's job is to be clear about what you want it to look like on screen. And you can learn the language. Don't stay away because the language scares you. Be decisive, be clear. The language of visual effects can be learned. And I have learned it over 14, 15 movies.
데드풀 같은 경우는 그 몸으로 하는 액션도 되게 많은데 그런 장면은 일일이 다 그 세컨 유닛한테 맡기셔서 했는지 아니면 일일이 다 그 현장에서 그 지휘를 하셨는지.
I try to do as much of my own action as possible. I'm not like Michael Bay, who does all his own action, and he's great at it. We did most of it ourselves, but we also had a second unit, and we would film as much as we had time to film, but then sometimes main unit would move on to another scene, and second unit would stay in that set, and we call it second unit cleanup, where they would grab extra shots for the edit. But I know you do action films, and so you probably think a lot about original ideas for action. It's very hard. It's 2024. Everything has been done. So trying to be imaginative about action is a great challenge. On this movie, we really wanted to do fights that people haven't seen in a Wolverine movie and haven't seen in a Deadpool movie. And it was very fun with the whole stunt team. When we began, I told everyone, 50, 70 people in the stunt team, I said, everybody, give me your ideas. Give me your ideas. I want ideas that I haven't seen. And I want ideas that I am not coming up with. And I said that to the storyboarders, to the choreographers, to the cameramen. And so it was a very collaborative environment. Deadpool and Wolverine have 6 major action sequences. And each one is different from the other. Because when action becomes repetitive, it becomes boring. So I wanted each fight sequence to feel different. And it was a great collaboration with a big crew.
액션 장면 그렇게 준비하고 할 때는 와 우리가 이런 아이디어를 생각하다니 하고 영화 찍어서 후반 작업할 때쯤 되면 딴 영화에 항상 그 장면이 나온다는 문제가.
That's a heartbreaker. We have all been there. We have this is a different example in the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. We built this incredible vehicle where it's this big vehicle being pulled by 4 motorcycles, like a chariot, like a Roman chariot. I go see Furiosa. I'm like, what? I was so upset. It's a terrible feeling because we came up with that idea ourselves, but you never know when someone else might have a similar idea.
심지어 조지 밀러는 은퇴해도 되는 양반이 그렇게 찍어대면 그 나이에
George, just stop. Leave some ideas for the rest of us directors. You're already a maestro. We're still trying.
이 가벼운 질문으로 다시 돌아가면 휴 잭맨도 당신이 그 좋아하는 배우고 당신과 그 연결해서 연달아 작품을 한 배우고 라이언 레이놀즈도 연달아 작품을 한 배우인데 이 두 배우가 이렇게 현장에 탁 등장을 했을 때 그러니까 저 같은 경우는 그렇거든요. 이게 현장에서 주인공 2명이 왔을 때 이 대화를 이쪽 사람하고 좀 하는 게 많다 싶으면 저쪽 사람이 신경 쓰이고 막 뭐 이런 게 있는데 그런 것들 카메라 뒤에서 그런 게 신경 쓰인 적은 없으셨는지.
Our actors, whether they're stars or first-time actors, it's a hard thing to be out there performing. They all need love. They all need love. Part of the job of a director is to give that love and that affirmation to everybody. The good news is because the 3 of us are friends in real life, we have such a comfort and confidence in our relationship. And for Ryan and I, because we co-wrote it, we co-produced it, he starred, I directed, the most important thing since Wolverine was coming back after Logan, we committed ourselves to making it special because this is a tremendous honor to get Hugh Jackman as Wolverine return for the first time with Deadpool. And so we really worked for many, many months in the writing of the script to create a Logan character that gave Hugh an opportunity to show sides of Logan and sides of the Wolverine that he has not done in other movies. And our great pride is that Hugh has said he was able to discover new parts of the character even though he's been doing it for 20 years. And that was very, very important to us, not only as friends of Hugh, but as fans of this iconic character.
혹시 이 영화 들어가기 전에 제임스 맨골드를 만나서 좀 얘기를 나누신 적이 있는지?
Yeah, but I'll tell you something else. When I saw Logan, it's the only time a movie ended, I'm bawling. When Laura takes that cross, I feel it right now. So I got out of the theater and I called James Mangold. I said, you don't know me. I'm just another director. Can I take you to lunch? Because I am such a fan. And so I took Jim Mangold to lunch. And we just spent a couple of hours talking like you and me. So I've known Mangold since Logan. I reached out to Mangold because I love his movie. And before I filmed this movie, Hugh spoke to James, I spoke to James, and he was very supportive. And he knew that this would be something very different from Logan. Hopefully also a great film, but not trying to be the same thing. Different look, different tone, different style. So I think there's room in cinema for all different tonalities. And Jim has been very supportive of that.
지금 제임스 맨골드도 이 영화를 봤나요?
Not yet. Not yet.
데드풀은 굉장히 독특한 위치를 차지하고 있어서 한국의 팬들도 되게 기대를 많이 하고 있는데 특히 울버린의 복귀가 또 굉장히 큰 이슈고 이 한국 관객들에게 이 영화에 어떤 점을 기대하면 좋을지 공식적인 광고 시간을 드리겠습니다.
I think firstly, fans should know that the movie was made by a fan. I'm a fan. I made this movie with love and reverence for these characters. So that's first of all. The movie is very loyal to the audacious Deadpool DNA. It's the first R-rated MCU movie. It's the first MCU movie with Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a tremendous opportunity for all of us as fans to see these characters together. I think audiences will get a big screen, big spectacle, joyous movie. It's funny. It's got fantastic action. And ultimately, it is a story about friendship, and it has a level of warmth and humanism that I think people aren't expecting. And I'm very excited for the world to experience that, because that was really important to Hugh, Ryan, and I. Be faithful to these characters, be faithful to the tone of Deadpool, but do something different. And I think the different thing is playing in the MCU sandbox, which is the biggest, most incredible sandbox. As a director, it's a fantasy, but a humanity to the story that is ultimately also very emotional.
저는 지금 이렇게 설명해 주신 것도 당연히 기대를 해야 되는 포인트지만 이 영화를 제가 기대하는 것은 바로 감독이 숀 레비이기 때문에 기대가 돼요. 그러니까 이 숀 레비 감독의 전작들을 보자면 굉장히 이 폭이 넓고 그리고 이 감독과 배우가 호흡을 어떻게 맞췄는지를 알고 있기 때문에 아마 숀 레비 감독의 영화를 좋아했던 분들이 이 데드풀 데드풀과 울버린을 비교하신다면 실패할 확률은 진짜 적다고 생각해요.
Oh, I first of all, I really appreciate that. Thank you. The truth is that this movie is very much a me movie. I didn't try to suppress my instincts to do a Marvel movie, to do a Deadpool movie. The whole reason Ryan said to me, I'll do a third Deadpool if we do it together, is because what we discovered on Free Guy, on Adam Project, is we want to make movies that are built for audience joy, but also have a very humanist theme. And this movie is fun and crazy and violent and action-packed, but it has the same emotionality that all my movies have. And that I am this way talking with you. I'm this way when I make a movie. I only know one way to be. And it is to lead with my feelings. And this is very much a Sean Levy movie in that way too.
Yeah, I expect.
Thank you. I have a very important question. Last question. What people may not know is if you're a director, you become obsessed with shoes. Because when you film a movie, you're on your feet all day. So there's an endless quest for cool shoes that are also comfortable. I need your shoes. I need to know where today in Seoul.
My producer gave me.
No, I need them. So I'm going to give you my email because your producer.
I don't know where.
I don't. Then we need. Is your producer going to watch this? I need the shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good. I have good news. I have an email.
Okay, great. That's
I can give you my email.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you
was
so
really
much.
nice.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
it was
you.
great
Oh, I
time.
enjoyed that.